If you're anything like me, you tell yourself that you prefer to be alone on your birthday. You don't think of it as a day to celebrate with friends anymore so much as a time to reflect on the string of failures that has made you the man, artist, creature that you are today. And you figure that, you're an attention whore 364 days a year. Solitude might be a nice change of pace on the day itself. So yeah, you used some of your Sky Miles. You booked a flight to Albuquerque, rented a car, headed to Santa Fe, got a room at the Sage Hotel, only to find yourself hitting the town hard a couple hours later, surrounding yourself with strangers who seemed cool with you. The novelty hadn't worn off yet. And then you went back to your hotel alone to drunk dial friends without considering that you're in Mountain Standard Time and they were probably asleep. It is a weekday, after all. And then yeah, you woke up this morning hungover and 37 years old, and you're telling yourself, hey, at least you didn't stay in Atlanta. You would have ended up in EAV and you would have blacked out at one of your old haunts just to collect more of those secondhand cringe stories that you've already built a body of work on. Those are very worn out. I said I was done drinking like this, playing the Phoenix, but we figured I would here. And the TSA allows 1 lighter per carry-on, but I'm 1,400 miles from a bridge I'd have any inclination to burn. And anyway, I think you knew what I meant, that you wouldn't see me shit where I eat anymore. Not off screen, anyway. And I've been eating well here, loading up on chilies, red and green alike, sleeping well enough in unassuming hotels. And I haven't shit the bed once. Could be I'm not that bird you like to pigeonhole, the one who can't help but foul its own nest. But on the off chance I am, I tip housekeeping generously. Yeah, you're still out here trying to move the needle with these solo quests. You're trying to tap a new vein in your verse because it's been pretty bleak the past couple years. And you figure you can hear new muses better if you're alone. And you are alone right now, whether you're with people or not, and you're in good company. New Mexico's the second loneliest state in the country as ranked by Forbes, with the highest rate of single-person households at 56%. Actually, I take that back. You haven't been alone the entire time. You did get to see your friend Joseph, who was a regular at Dish, a restaurant you worked at back in Dumbo, and that was nice. You felt understood. Isn't something I feel too often. And it makes me nervous thinking who I'd be if it was. I've decided I won't do karaoke here. Muddy the waters with how's it gonna be when I don't know me anymore. This me, the one I peddle for lore. I bought the Lakota healer Howard Badhand his second Chardonnay, a paltry pass at reparations, or maybe compensation for the B-roll. I don't know. I wish he would judge me, but he won't. He knows I just want to be told I'm not broken. And he did tell me, in a way, by way of Louis Armstrong.
See, when you're a Chicano ginger, you have a struggle. You get raised and you're fucking fighting every day of your life, dude. Either you're Spanish or you're white. But you're never ever Spanish, you're always white.
Where was I? If you're anything like me, oh yeah, you're probably aware of studies that have shown that birthdays are periods of increased risk for suicide, particularly among men aged 35 and older. But you've already sworn off that angle, which is kind of a tiring prospect when you consider all the other banal ways you could possibly go. Cancer, car wreck, foreign body airway obstruction, stuff like that. All that said, you do find that you're excited about 37. In numerology, the numbers associated with new beginnings and good luck, but you don't take much stock in that. You think it has more to do with your intuition that you do end up saving yourself for the most part. You just have this thing where you have to wait till the last minute. Carl Jung said that true life begins at 40. Everything up until then is just research. And seeing as it takes 3 years to make meaningful change in your life, according to a Medium article you just read, 37 kind of feels like that last minute mark. And I don't know, you're just confident that you're gonna figure out how to make the art life you've chosen more sustainable this year. maybe set up some boundaries so your persona doesn't totally subsume your personality. So yeah, you had an intake appointment with a mental health practitioner last week. You're finally surrendering to the culture a bit, falling in line with America's deification of therapy. And boy, I hope your appointment went better than mine. My lady did not take to me very well. I can't blame her, to be honest. She asked me what I thought I needed help with, told me to be specific about it, so I told her the first thing that came to my mind, which was I would like to stop waking up to find long, incoherent texts I don't remember sending to people in the middle of the night. You know, the writing is just never up to snuff. It's embarrassing. Even if you judge it along the lines of nonsense verse like Lewis Carroll Jabberwocky shit, it's just not good. It's poorly constructed, glaring lack of flow. I'm better than that. And she's like, this sounds like a substance abuse issue. And I was like, yeah, anyone could have told me that. You went to school for this? I didn't say that out loud, but I thought it. She was like, can you think of any recent life events you've struggled to process? I was like, I mean, sure, but nothing I haven't unpacked for my audience online. I told her the most traumatic thing I think I deal with in my day-to-day is just baked into how I'm wired. I referenced Mark Maron's interview with James Mangold, the director of A Complete Unknown, told her how he couldn't put a finger on any specific trauma fueling Dylan's insane drive until he realized that genius itself is a trauma. How Dylan's genius alienated him from everyone in his life, and how releasing more than 50 albums was kind of a release valve, a way for him to relieve pressure.
So what, you think you have whatever Dylan had?
No, I'm more of a Chalamet. There was an uncomfortable stretch of silence. She looked very grossed out by that, so I was just like, can you just refer me to a shrink who specializes in insufferable artist types? And she was like, sure, I'll do that. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'm gonna see the specialist when I get home, and I'm interested to see how it affects my work. Because, you know, the past couple of years, it's just been kind of like a stylized self-destruction.
You're caught between two worlds. You are a fucking Spanish white boy, but you're always fighting for the Spanish. You always gotta fight for your kind. You gotta fight for your sangre. You gotta fight for your convicción, dude.
I know it would help me to find something to fight for, other than my own relevance, but I'm a man with no tribe and no inclination to piggyback on name brand causes. I might have gone with conservation once if Leo hadn't jumped on it. And I'm headed back home on the red eye, and maybe I'll pull into the complex in time to see Ambrose, the old man who gets up early to walk his dead wife's dog, a mean Jack Russell Terrier that nips at his heels, and I know how it feels when the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning doesn't care if you fall. I got subpoenaed to my mom's divorce.
Okay, and how does that affect you?
It didn't really, I don't think. One second, my cat needs to be let in. All right, come on.